every other week. Looks like we're live here. Let me do a quick copy of something. We're going to go ahead and jump in. All right, go. And come on. There we go. All righty. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to mute that. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Muted. I mean, after the fact, but in case anything else comes up. Okay, here we go. So, enter, 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 enter. Wait, did I actually? Did I hit that? 5, 5. Oh no, that's definitely not right. There we go. Enter, enter. Yep. Enter, 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 enter. I think I just have one more. I do. Enter. All right, we'll close all that. Let's go over here and we'll hit share right there real quick. And let's get the social stream source activated. Select source, please. Hello. There we go. Turn that off, turn that on. Always picks the wrong one. Weirdly, it always picks the second one as opposed to the first one. But then again, who am I to complain? At least it's working. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I just heard it. Let's see if it's actually visible. Or that was just the noise of it doing it. Let's see. Say test 1. I heard it. And let's go to test 2. And it is visible. So this is all a good sign. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, wrong one. Sorry. I meant to do that. There we go. And then we hit that. Okay. Now, I mean, you're going to see the same thing, so it's not a big deal. And there's nobody here, so it's also not a big deal. So we close that and make sure everything else is good. All right, so here we go. Let me get a quick drink of water. Woo, just over 2 minutes in. Very nice. Very refreshing because I just got nice cold water. Okay, so let's see where we are. Okay, there's the plants. You know, I did not pick colors for this. I did not. So I'm gonna go with, let's think about this. Let's just do some preliminary colors. Let's just go ahead and group these, and we'll call these. Now these may not be finalized. In fact, I'm pretty sure they won't be, but just so I have something here. So let's go ahead and do, actually, you know what? There's a very good website that actually has color tones that you can put into a program so that they are fairly, oh, I need hex. So if we can do it by hex, that would be great. All right, here we go. Hex codes. Okay, here we are. Well, okay, where's the codes? Okay, gang, where's the codes? Okay, can't load site. Well, that doesn't help me. Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on. Let's use this one. All right, let's use, so values, no, hex. Hex would be, there's a hex number somewhere. Where is it? Is it here? Where's the hex number? There it is. All right. All right, let's use, oh, I don't know. Oh, wow, that's a big list. What? Oh, boy, some of the way people define skin tones is really strange to me. I mean, really strange. Let's go with this one. Actually, this is, we can use the RGB colors for this one, so we'll do this one. So let's use 127, and then let's use 67. Oh, not 674, it's 67. And let's use bottom color is, or bottom number I should say, is 41. 41. Okay, done. All right, got it. So that's going to be our skin tone color. Right, close this. Boom. Closed. All right. So let's go. That would be the base layer. Yeah, okay, not pencil though. Come on now. Not pencil lines. We need. Actually, I could probably go to paintbrush. Yeah, there we go. Let's do this. And of course, there'll be some shading in here, but this is just to get started on it. Okay, yep, that's right. So we'll go up here. Make sure I don't go into the shirt. Shirt, I don't know what color it's going to be yet. I'm thinking maybe a purple, or maybe like a deep magenta or pink type color. I don't know. I got to see, because I got, you know, you want to try to have the tones be complementary as much as I have such a bad command of color that honestly I should probably always just have a color wheel up so I could determine what goes with what. That's how bad. Oh wait, I see that. I see that line. It's gonna bug me. As long as I'm seeing that line there, that is gonna bug me. I gotta find that. No, it's not there. Come on, where are you? Oh, it is the actual thing. Okay, hold on. Let's just smooth that just enough so that I don't see it anymore. Perfect. Back to skin tone. I'm watching my dog chew on a toy. I'm just keeping an eye on her because I have to make sure she's not chewing too hard. She just had, well, I shouldn't say just. She had 2 of her teeth pulled. Yeah, because I did the stream on Monday, so that I wouldn't have mentioned this. She had 2 of her upper teeth pulled because, unfortunately, it's very common with dogs, especially dogs that like to chew. The roots of the teeth were exposed. And so, you know, I'll just clean this up, but I'm going to go ahead and put this in here just so it's easier. So, you know, we were talking with the vet, because honestly, because to pull teeth, they have to put the dog under, you know, anesthetic. And, you know, she's going to be 10 in October of this year, so she's not a young dog anymore, so I was kind of concerned about it. But, you know, in talking to the vet, basically, the vet made a really good point, and my wife agreed that, okay, if you don't do that, if you don't do it now, and, you know, they basically, they did blood work, and they kind of listened to her heart, and she said, oh, yeah, her heart's in good shape, she's got a nice strong heartbeat, which I guess is a major concern. I don't know enough about medicine to tell you, but I guess a strong heart is important to be able to have a better chance when you're under. I assume by the fact that they mentioned it, I really don't know enough about medicine of any kind to really be able to comment with any authority. But they pointed out that she had a nice strong heart, so I assume that's something that they really want to see. Hey, Chameleon, how you doing? Happy Monday. So that was Thursday. They took her They took 2 of her top teeth out. Wow, that's a sentence I almost didn't make it through. And so for the next 2 weeks, well, 2 weeks from that Thursday. So, but essentially, her next appointment is a week from Saturday, and that's where they'll check and make sure, because they basically put sutures in, and just like a person having their teeth. I mean, I certainly remember far better than I'd like to having my wisdom teeth out, and that was no fun at all. So, I have to just erase a little bit here, because this should be like that. That line should be like that, just so you can see. Actually, you know what? No, it should round a little bit like that. There we are. That's great. I'm doing very well. Doing very well. So anyway, what I was trying to get at, or what I was starting to say, was I have to keep an eye on how she's chewing on things, because you don't want her. We took away all the toys that had like hard surfaces and all that stuff, but still, you don't want them to be doing too much with where those teeth are till they get a little bit more healed. And she's been really good about it, I have to say. Some dogs can be a real nightmare, because she's got not a plastic cone on. We got one of the nice, comfortable, inflatable ones. It's almost like a travel pillow, my wife said, and that's exactly what it looks like she's wearing a travel pillow. And some dogs really hate those, and they will try to destroy them. And fortunately, she's been really good about that. She's been okay with it, so that's helping. Because, you know, it's something different, and dogs do not like things to be different. Dogs, creatures of habit, which I can sympathize with, because I'm one too. But, yeah, so I didn't know if she was really gonna hate having that thing on. But so far, like I said, it's been pretty good. The first day, she was a complete zombie. I mean, she really was. Yep, we have a golden retriever named Maggie. She's a very sweet dog, a very strange little dog, but most dogs are strange in their own way. Yep. So, and honestly, some of this is our fault because we didn't start brushing her teeth soon enough. And like a lot of dogs, if you don't do it right away, they generally, if you don't get a dog used to the two things, if you ever get a puppy, that you should... Oh, wow, look at that. That line is completely messed up. Hold on a second. I gotta fix that. That shouldn't look like that at all. The two things you want to do is get them used to the following. You brushing their teeth and touching their feet so that you can clip their nails. Because if you don't do that early, there's a good chance they're not going to want you to do it, which is exactly what ours is. That was a... the feet thing we did better than our first dog with her, but the tooth thing, nope, we failed on that one. Just plain failed at it. Yeah, this is also not right. I can't believe I missed this. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I gotta fix this because this is just gonna bug me now. All right, so that is what, this one? No, is it? Where's that one? There it is. Let's go ahead and just take that like that. But yeah, you got to get them used to that stuff. Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, hey, every dog can be moody. That's for sure. But dogs are great. Yeah, dogs are great. I wish we had room for having more than one, but we tend to like bigger dogs. And so there's only so much room in a house, unless you have a mansion, which we certainly do not, to have dogs. So... we probably could have 2 Goldens. We probably could do that. But it would still be... it would be a bit of a squeeze. We don't allow our dogs in the bed anymore. Our first dog we did, but unfortunately she blew her knee out trying to jump up on the bed. And that did it because that was a terrible experience. And so after that, it was nope. No more dogs in the bed, which, you know, I'm not thrilled about it because I liked, you know, our dog was great and she would come up and sleep in the bed with us. But once you have a dog that, like I said, blows their knee out and you have to go through knee surgery with them, you realize it's not worth it. You can cuddle them on the floor, but and you know, it's just, and it only gets harder on them as they get older. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things that it was great while it was great. And then, like I said, when she tried to jump and missed, it was pretty terrible. Yeah. And we are too. We're lucky that way too. So yeah, Goldens are not, well, I shouldn't say it. They are energetic dogs. Maybe not as much as some other dogs, so we're lucky. They can be very couch potato-y, which is fine. Our first dog was much more of a snuggly dog than our current one, Maggie, is, but that's okay. Dogs have different personalities. Bugs my wife more than it bugs me. I just went, okay, well, this dog is not going to be... I mean, my other dog, our first dog, would just lay across my lap and sleep for hours and didn't care whether I needed to get up or not. She would just take over. And that's how it was. And it was great. She was my buddy. This one, not so much. This one is less of that type. Does not, and it's not uncommon. That's a thing. So there's this idea that all dogs are, that all Goldens in particular are snuggly dogs, and that is not true. Some are, some aren't. Like I said, like any dog, okay, that's way too far up. Like any living being, they are all different. And they all have their different little moods and temperaments and preferences and all that stuff. And so she is not the snuggly type. Like I said, I'm okay with that. It's fine. Doesn't bug me all that much. My wife would have preferred to have another snuggly dog, and so would I. But you know, you get what you get. Just like any living creature in life, you just never know. So she's currently snoring next to me, but I doubt it's loud enough for the microphone to be picking it up. But that is one nice thing about this e-collar thing that we found, the inflatable one. It really is just basically a mobile pillow. You know, they sent her home with one of the hard plastic ones. Oh man, did she hate that. And I don't blame her, because anything you catch that on, you basically just get boomeranged backwards. So I knew we weren't keeping that thing on her. So that did not last long. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, they're very good. Yes, a lot of them are guide dogs. A lot of them are very good therapy dogs, because once they do... now, I don't know, from what I have read, and I'm not like a... what's the word for it? I'm not a canine researcher or anything, but apparently Goldens specifically were bred in such a way that they have a better sense of the state that you're in, like your emotions and all that type of thing, because they were bred to be responsive to human beings. Again, I don't know if that's really true or not. It does seem to be true, but I don't know whether it specifically is. But I will say, when my wife had to have surgery, oh boy, I want to say I guess it was 6 years ago now. You know, same thing when she came home, she had to go really slow the first like 2-3 days. She was walking very slowly, and I actually have video of it on my computer. But our dog very slowly escorted her down the hallway. Did not run, and she was very young and very bouncy at that time, you know, like a puppy is, or younger. And she was very, very slow and just kind of stuck next to my wife and just basically walked with her. So it definitely seems like they have a sense in a way that a lot of dogs don't. There are other dogs that do that. I mean, they're certainly not the only dogs that can do it. There are other breeds that can be trained for that type of sense. So I'm not going to say they're the only ones, because some people, there are people who will tell you their breed is the best breed ever, and blah, blah, blah. Hey man, whatever dog you like and whatever dog fits you, that's the dog you should have. I don't know that any breed is really better than any other one, because it depends on the person and the personality more than the breed, I think. Some people just connect with certain breeds of dogs more than others. But Goldens do seem to, because you do see them a lot in, I just realized I erased too much there. You do see them in like hospital settings a lot, that type of thing. So they do seem to have something going on there. Yeah. And look, I'm not going to pretend our dog is particularly smart. You can fool her very easily. And again, intelligence in an animal is not like intelligence in people. I think that's a mistake people make, where it's like, oh, they're smart as a... Okay, animals work completely differently, especially dogs, because a lot of what they respond to is scent, which, people, I think dogs' sense of smell is like literally 1,000 times better than humans. So, like I said, intelligence may not be the right metric for it, but all dogs do seem to have a very good ability to gauge emotion. Or I shouldn't say all dogs, but a lot of dogs do. I have noticed that. And I think it's because, they were bred, many domesticated dogs were bred to be compatible with people. So the ones that showed they could see what a person was going through and were responsive, they were the ones that kept getting bred. That's how it works. So, yeah, there's definitely something to it. How much more one dog or another really is compared to somebody else, I don't know, or to another dog, I don't think so. I think if you're kind to a dog and you care for a dog, that dog is going to learn your kind of emotions and your patterns and everything else naturally, because they want to be pleasing to you. It's kind of a natural drive they have. So, but like I said, in the end, I think whatever dog works for you, and that's the thing that's important. Move this up. Move this up one. That. Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of our, this dog is very selective in when she wants attention, I'll put it that way. But yes, the same thing. Okay, if it's time to eat, then she's going to make sure you're aware that she's there. In fact, that's one of the things about having the dental surgery is we have to soften her food. And softening the food takes a while. So she knows the sound of her food container. So as soon as she hears that, she is all over you, and she does not understand why. Because normally, you know, we get the food container and she has the food in front of her within, you know, 2 to 3 minutes tops. But now, because it has to soak, it takes a good 20 minutes to really make sure it's soft enough that there's not going to be any risk of, you know, damage to the stitches. And so she just doesn't get it. She doesn't know why this food is taking so long. And even if she did, I don't think she'd care, because she's just like, feed me now. Actually, is that? No, it's not. So yeah, then she'll be all over you. If it's in search of food, then she's all over you. Yep. I think that's also a very common trait. Because that's I see joke videos about that stuff all the time on like Instagram. People are always posting about. It was a really funny video where it's, you know, if it's 5 minutes past their meal time, it's a dog, and the dog is like throwing the food dish at the person, that type of thing. It's pretty funny. So yeah, that seems to be a universal thing. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just black out the eyebrows too. So let's put a black layer in here at the base, and we'll just go ahead and do this. Always change my mind on that later, but I think I'm going to go with that. And just for now, anyway, just to kind of see what I got here. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Off topic, did you draw the eyelashes? Yes. Well, okay. When I say individually, yes, but it's not that bad because I don't know if I have the. Okay, yeah, you can see it there. So if I turn the colors off. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I did, but basically I just took this brush, the taper brush, and, you know, just, oh, I forgot I'm on a hidden layer. Just so I can show you what I'm talking about here. I'll just do this really quick. You just, oh, come on. I'm not on a hidden, oh, okay, yes, I guess oh, because it was in the colors thing. That's right. That does count as a hidden layer. Sorry. And I would just do this, you know, just do them individually. So yeah, I did. But I'm used to, I've done stuff like that for so long that I don't even, it doesn't even bother. I don't even think about it. So yes, I did, but like I said, where did I have that? I didn't do it from. See where I mean? I filled in that part, so I only had to do it from that edge, and then I basically blacked out the rest. So it looks a lot fuller, but it's not necessarily as much work as it might at first appear. It still takes a little time. It does, but I've done stuff like that for so long, I don't even really notice it. It's just something I'm used to. I'm not going to tell you it's my favorite thing to do when I'm drawing a picture, but it's also something that I've just kind of become used to doing. So probably if you don't do it a lot, it would not be very fun, but if you do it a lot, you don't really notice as much anymore. It just kind of becomes what it becomes. All right, so let's do a lighter skin tone here. So we'll do some highlights. So on that layer, do that. Let's brighten it up a bit. 55, that's good. Sample that. Let's go ahead and erase that. Paintbrush, please. Erase that out. And let's do some highlights. Okay, and I'm gonna do another type of highlight, which I'll show you in a minute. Just to see here. I was about to say I get shoulder and wrist cramps. I can never do that much detail. Yeah, I don't really get cramps. What typically ends up happening is not so much cramps, but because of the way I hold the pen, which I'm sure I don't hold it in the best ergonomic way. Actually, I mean, like what I'm doing right now isn't using the pen. I'm just using my finger. It's easier. But the way I hold the pen, my hand will actually, well, actually my arm really will start to go numb because of the angle I'm holding it at. And so then I'll have to just take like a 5-minute break and let the feeling come back. Cramps, I've been very lucky. I don't get hand cramps. I know a lot of artists who do, and I'm somewhat surprised that I don't, because like I said, I don't feel like I hold the pencil the way I should. So maybe one day I will, but so far I've been okay with it. And I'm somewhat surprised by that, because I thought, like a lot of things, when you start getting older, not even old, but older, you just start to wait to see when things that you used to be able to do really easily suddenly don't become easy anymore. And I really haven't, so far I've been fortunate, and it hasn't happened. That doesn't mean it won't. It just hasn't happened yet. So I'm thrilled about that. I don't know if that streak is going to continue. Literally 5 minutes from now, my whole hand could cramp up, and that would tell me, nope, that party is over. But cramping I really haven't had, and maybe I just accidentally do whatever I do correctly to avoid it, because I'm not doing anything, as far as I can tell, on purpose. Whoops. I don't know why did that erase that? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I gotta clean this up anyway. That is a little bit. There we go. But no, and maybe it's because I've done those lines for so long. Maybe that just kind of gives me some built-in anti-cramp, luck. I don't know what else to say. Because I'm somewhat surprised that it hasn't happened either. And now that I think about it, I want to put another line in here. Let me see. Yeah, I want to put another line here. Would be this pen. I'm going to see the size on this thing. Never held the pens the way you're technically supposed to. Kind of rested on my middle finger. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it. I mean, I don't think I hold it terribly. I just don't think I hold it with the way that I'm sure you're supposed to, with quotes around it, ergonomically. I don't think I do that. But like I said, maybe I hold it better than I think, because I haven't had cramp problems. So maybe purely by accident I'm holding it, or it's because I've done that. I've done detail lines like that for as long as I can think I've been drawing. So maybe I just kind of developed the muscle the correct way to be able to do it. I don't really know, because I'm sort of surprised that by now I haven't developed any cramping problems. I really don't know. It's hard to say. But like I said, I'm not going to complain, because that could change any time. Oh, Mr. Pruitt, funny you should stop by and ask that question. Now, this was going to be a surprise, and it still will be for your wife, but I'm going to show you. You'll start to see it as I zoom out here. Let me just zoom out slowly. Slowly. You're probably getting a sense of what it is. I'm not done with it, but I'm making a little logo that your wife can use if she so chooses. Let's see, Chameleon, mine is probably the positions I sit in. I can't work on a horizontal surface, so. Interesting. Well, I mean, I can't work on a flat horizontal surface, so I'm with you there. I have to have an angle. And, I mean, at this point, I do have a drawing desk, which I don't know what the angle of it is, to be honest. I'd have to look. It's pretty, I mean, I guess it's probably just based on looking at it. It's probably at like 150 or 160 degrees, I'm going to say, or so. I mean, it's fairly angled, but how I'm working now is not on that table. So I probably could, now that I think about it, because I'm wearing a wireless mic, I probably could work on that table. Boy, I'm a moron. I could have been doing that the whole time. Oh, man. Oh, well. I guess it's out then. Well, it's nowhere near done anyway, so it's going to be a while. But anyway, yeah, this is what I'm working on. This is kind of my fun thing. I'm taking a break from doing some other stuff and doing this to just kind of clear my mind out. So yeah, because I've been working on sketches for the magic cards, and I need a break from it because I got one pretty much where I want it, but the other one I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this panther with 4 eyes, literally a panther with 4 eyes, like a demon panther. I normally sit scrunched up in my chair on the bed. See, right? Okay, I'm the same way. It's that thing where I get comfortable in that one spot. It takes like 30 minutes for me to realize it's probably going to destroy my back. Again, luckily, it hasn't happened yet. But that don't mean it won't happen pretty soon. So, all right, now we got to do a darker shade. So let's do that. And let's knock this down by... Oh, moron. If I can't see it, I can't see it. Now let's try that again. There we go. So we'll go down to 45. And let's move the saturation down just a hair like that. And see what that looks like. Okay, so that's its own layer, right? Okay. So we'll just fill some shadow here. Right. Actually, the toughest part about this one is going to be making the plants, because it's not like I draw a lot of plants. But I mean, I did the rough sketches just so you can see it. I mean, that's just the bare bones of it, and it's going to be a lot more full than that. But that's kind of the basic shape of it. I might have to expand the canvas a little bit. Oh, no, I got you. I got you. Purple, what, purple for the shirt color? As opposed to the pink? I mean, I can do that. I don't know how it looks. I don't know how it looks on the screen, because this is like a, I don't know, this is like a electric pink, I guess. But I mean, I can move it more towards the, like that. I don't know if that's coming through as purple, but that's about a 40% move. I mean, that it looks to me that it's got to be purple. I'm assuming you see it. So that's fine. That's the nice part, is I can adjust colors in 2 seconds. That's easy stuff. Let's see. Everything purple and green. Well, the plants will be green. That's why I didn't want to do green for the shirt. Because I based it on the one that's got the green shirt. But I figure I'm going to do the green in the plants, so it's nice to have some color variation in it. So the bottom will be the purple part. Why is... Oh, that's the sketch. I was like, why is there a blue line there? Because it's the pencil lines, idiot. Okay. All right, so... All right, good. Yeah, I never know, because it's, you know, from the iPad to whatever, the screen to wherever the other side of it is, it's always tough to tell. Okay, so we're doing shadow. That's the shadow line. So let's jump down to here. No, I know what you mean, Chameleon. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Don't worry about the typing thing. If you knew how bad I was at typing, it's pretty bad. So don't. I understood exactly what you meant, because it's the same thing. Oh, sure. Oh, this is fun. This is fun stuff. I like this stuff. It's always nice doing stuff like this. That isn't so taxing, you know. Like, this is just nice and easy, and it's more relaxing than trying to come up with some weird four-eyed panther demon thing. I have to go. It's late here. I'll watch the rest of it. That's fine, Chameleon. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your sleep. Have a good sleep. Sleep is important, or so they tell me. So get a good sleep. And yeah, the stream is always there. And it'll always get posted to YouTube later. So eventually you will see it one way or another. It's always around in the ether, drifting. I think I helped him get that screen name. I think if I remember, Chameleon, I helped you get that screen name. Did I? Am I misremembering? I don't remember. My memory's garbage. I've got like cheesecloth for a memory. Let's see. Okay, so this will be dark in here, because that would be in shadow. Let me see. So probably... I'll probably do a shadow line. Ooh, you know what? Hold on, I got an idea. Let's do this and this. 5 viewers. Whoa. That's an all-time high, I think. Okay, I thought so. All right, Chameleon, thank you for stopping by. Have a great night. 5 viewers. That's got to be an all-time high. Maybe not all-time, but it's certainly been a while since I've had 5 people. Did I purposely misspell your title? Wait, are you talking to me? Did I misspell the title? Wait, where? Where? Are you talking to me? What did I misspell? Oh, I probably did. Did I misspell the title? Wait a minute. What title? Oh, God. Are you kidding? Hold on a minute. Did I really misspell the... Why do I bother? tell me I misspelled it. I've been using this thing for months. Was I really that dumb? Hold on. I probably did. I probably did. Where? No, that's not. Oh, whatever. I'll look at it later. I probably did. What else is new? Of course I misspelled it. Why would I not misspell it? Why do things the right way when I can make a mess of it? I mean, you know, come on. There's no fun in doing it the correct way. So yeah, yes, I did it intentionally. Sure I did. No, I didn't. You know that already. I did not. No, I didn't realize. Did I really misspell it? You know, there's a certain point where you have to sit there and think to yourself, I must have something going for me if people keep showing up to these train wrecks, I guess. Because I can't even spell things correctly? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so that would be a highlight. So we need the highlight color for the top part. Although, yeah, I'm not going to get too technical about it. I'm not going to go crazy. This is not supposed to be a still life. It's not supposed to be realism. It's supposed to be fun. So I'm not going to worry about the fact that in actuality, it would not be this bright under the chin. But that's okay. Thematically, within the image itself, it fits. And therefore, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Just go with it and don't worry. Because in the end, if I was just going to try to make it perfectly like real life, then I might as well just take a picture of something and slightly modify it in Photoshop. An illustration is supposed to be slightly altered and not quite real and a little bit different. So, that's what I'm saying anyway, whether that's actually true or not. I'm sure I would have a lot of art teachers throwing stuff at me for saying something like that as anything other than a cover. So do that. Actually, you know what? If this is going to be a line coming up, let me think about this. Let me think about how that would probably actually be more of like a dip like that. And then if it comes up, actually, do I even need, no, I don't even need that line. The better line would be to sweep it. I'm on the right layer, right? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sweep this like that. Right? And then just erase out that part there. And that gives a little bit more of an energy to it. Yeah. I like how that looks better. So let's jump back down to the shadow layer. No, I don't need to alter the brush. Just need to change it because I don't want it to blow out the line. Okay. And then what I might try is a stipple brush for some of the actual highlighting that's on the surface. It might look like utter garbage. We'll see. If it does, then I won't use it, or I'll just undo it. Ah, the beauty of digital illustration. The power of the undo button. You know, technology may be slowly destroying all of us from the inside out, but there are things that are good about it too, and the undo button is one of them. Because if I need to undo something, I just tap the screen and stuff undoes. And I can go backwards and reverse time. It's like being Doctor Who of illustration. Power of time to bend things, move them, reshape them. Okay, so let's see. So the stipple brush, if I'm going to do that, I'll probably use this highlight color. And we'll come down to stippling. Stipples are on the top though, I think. Okay, let's try these. What are these? Stipple fix, drunk sailor. Oh, I like the word drunk sailor. That's just kind of funny. All right, let's see. I don't know if this is going to look bad or not. So let's just see if something like... Wow, I can't even see it. Oh, because the opacity is really low. Let's move that up. Let's go to 75 or 74, whatever. That's fine. So if I just kind of do something like... God, it's so small. You can't see it. Hold on a minute. Let me jump this up to like 25. Oh, yeah, okay. It's not bad. Yeah, see, that kind of That kind of gives you a little bit of the texture of what the actual ceramic would be. I mean, I like the harsh lines too, but sometimes there's a value in having a little bit of texturing to go with it. If I do it around this, just kind of sweep it in here and have it bend out a little bit. Do a few more. Yeah. And that's not bad. I'm all right with that. Yeah. Okay. Do a little bit over here, and again, we'll do the kind of the outer layer first, and then build it up as it moves in. I mean, I guess I could do this for all the shading, and it might look better. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll see if that looks better. Just have it harsh in the middle here, and then kind of... I mean, it almost does kind of look like skin, doesn't it? A little bit. Yeah, interesting. I don't usually use the stipple brush like that. Yeah, the only problem is it's kind of hard to see it when it's not really zoomed in. But you know what? Let's see. Let's see what happens if I take... Where are those lines? All right, turn those lines off for a minute. And then I'm going to do another... Oh, man. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, hold on. Of course I did it on the wrong layer. That's okay. So I'm going to undo all this. Undo. See what I mean about the undo button? Right. Now. Own layer. There we go. And I'll just do it again. I mean, it's not like it's fine. But, you know, stupid, but fine. Okay, so let's do this again. Actually, I really didn't do this. This one I didn't do the way I should have, which was to build from the outside in. That really would have been the better way to do it anyway. It looks like a key light. Is it up above the center? Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Actually, now that you say that, I'm looking at it. Well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I actually like the stippling thing. I think it's too different from everything else. I don't know that it's the right thing for this. Even though I like the texture of it, I don't know that having it like that is as visible. Because when you start to zoom out, you just start to lose it. And now it just looks like it's discolored. Yeah. You know what? It was a nice thought. But I'm going to stick to the things that I actually generally do. So, speaking of which... Let's go ahead and do a shadow on the lips here. So I need ink. No, not... Yeah, this one. And we have... No. Okay, sample color. And move color down. Push the eye highlights slightly left. I definitely noticed the highlights. The eye highlights. Wait, you mean this one? No, oh, not. Come on. You mean this eye highlight or this eye highlight? Because those are both eye highlights, but I guess this would be eyelid highlight, and I guess this would be curve of the face highlight, depending on which one you mean. But before I forget, let me just do these really quick. Push the brightness down, 45%. There we go. You have the lights over there. Do this before I forget. If the light is coming from... What I should do. You know what I should do? This would actually be really smart. Just as a... Alright, so we'll say... Bink, 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 bink. Light. There we go. Pew. Pew. The eye bag cheek highlights. Oh, so you're talking about these. And like this. Oh, that's fine. Move them. Let's see. Wait. Slightly left. Oh, well, that's easy. Okay. So I can move left. So if I do that, I just need to... Oh, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. What? Oh, I see what I did. I used the thick line for that. I didn't use the highlight line for that. Well, that was dumb. Let's fix that. I really should have used the highlight line for this. So that'll be easy on here. I should have used the thin line here because that's supposed to be defining the highlights. Oh, good. I at least separated that line. At least I was that smart. So if I jump back to black and go here, below the... Oh, okay. I got you. I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you. So you mean like here for push the highlights slightly left like this. I got you. Okay. That's what you meant, right? Well, that's... Yeah, if only I did that from the beginning, it would be smarter. But yeah, you know what? Okay, yeah, let me see what that looks like. Because if you could see them, because it felt like to me I couldn't see them, but if you can see them, then maybe what I do is something like that, maybe? Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Yet again, moron. Wrong layer. Jesus. I'm on the yellow layer. I got to come down to the highlight layer and then go up. And then it shouldn't be. Okay, good, because it was going over the... Wait, is it? No, it's fine now. I don't know what I was doing there. All right. So let's do something like this. Tell you what. How did I ever get hired to do anything? All right, let's see here. So, I mean, that's just amazing. How do I have the hand-eye coordination to tie? Well, I don't tie my shoes. I wear shoes that don't require shoelaces. So I guess I actually thought myself on that one. Okay, so then let's see. This one would be a little bit more angled, I would think. So just kind of fan that out a little bit. Something like that. Just bring a little bit more in there. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. That doesn't look bad. Now the interesting part is, would it still... If I were to... Let's try something. This I'm just curious about. This may not look as good as I think it will, but we'll see. Where's that line? Okay. I'm going to duplicate that layer. Turn one off. Go to this one. Erase this. And see what it looks like if I do a stippled edge on that highlight. I'm just curious. I don't know if it's going to look good or not. It might look odd, but let's see. Let's find out, shall we? I preserve now. That line is going to get fixed in a minute, but if I just stipple through here, all the way through there, and then keep building it as I go backwards, and see, and then I can just, I'll fix the parts where it's bleeding out. I may need to go, probably have to do this a bunch of times to get this to look right, but it should eventually even itself out. Yeah, so see, you can't see those inner lines anymore, not really. And then clean that up. Just clean all this up here, because it shouldn't be inside the eyelid. Here, and we'll just sort of soften that there. That might look okay. It definitely gives it more of a natural, I guess, kind of edge to it. So let me just do a little bit more to fan that out. Just, you know what? Actually, hold on. I gotta pull the opacity down and the size down just a bit. Just kind of fill that lightly in. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then, let's see. Yeah, I don't do a lot of blending in this thing, believe it or not. You know, I tend to work more Hanna-Barbera cartoony, so I'm actually kind of surprised it doesn't look a lot worse. Because that's not normally what I do. Again, we'll turn this layer off. Let's see if we can manage not to screw this up and do the same thing. We'll find out in a minute. Let's see. So I erase these lines out. Okay, now. Okay, now this is going to be the tricky bit. Where's that blend layer? Is it this one? This one here. Okay, here we go. Well, then that's what we're going to say I was thinking of. That was my plan all along. Hold on. A softbox light source. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I did. A softbox light source. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was, that's what I was going for, everybody. See, one of the skills you should learn as an artist, if you're going to be one, is how to BS what your actual intentions were when you started a piece. And that way, if nobody sees what you want to see, but they see something else and they like it, you can just say that was the plan all along. You know, that's a pro trick right there. All right, let's see. So this is going to definitely have to go in harsher on the opacity, but this will at least blend a little nicer. Just do that nice and light. I mean, you can barely even see it, but it is there. And now punch up to 75. And now we'll come in here and just start trying to slowly eradicate that line. Yeah, like that. So it becomes a lot less tough to tell it was ever there. We'll just keep coming down here. We'll come back up this way. Eventually, that line is going to basically, I mean, you'll still kind of know there was a line there, and you should be able to tell there was something, but it won't look quite as obvious and hard-edged as it did before. Hold on a minute. One thing I really should check. It's going to bug me if I don't. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Come on. Just load. Oh, Yankees are losing 1-0. What inning is it? A second. Give me a break. All right. Anyway, probably shouldn't have looked at that. Okay. Multi-billion-dollar team. Anyway, yeah. So we'll just keep doing that. All right. Okay. Come on. There we go. It's a real trick to it because I don't know exactly when it disappears the way I think it should, but I'll just notice that it did. It really won't matter if anybody else noticed that it disappeared the way I think it should, as long as I think it did. All right, so now let's go back down on opacity to 50 again. And let's just give this kind of an outer, real nice outer kind of, a little bit of a glaze or whatever you would call this, just where it's coming through. Just trying to soften that edge just a bit more. Yeah. Just bring that through, bring that back up, bring that back down. There we go. A little bit more in the middle here. I don't want that seam to be quite as obvious as it is at the moment. Yeah, I think that's all right. Maybe one more pass down this center line. And I think we'll be where we need to be. The other problem is because I so often work in harsh lines, I kind of overcorrect on eliminating the edges of things because I'm used to them being really, really harshly defined. I don't think anything's on the outside, so we just have to get rid of that little bit in here. We'll sweep through here, and we'll just clean all this up. But I do love a good stipple. It's the best part of some of those old Art Deco posters is when they do those really, really beautiful stippling lines, which, of course, they were doing the real way. They weren't using an iPad for it because, whoa, but some of the stuff those guys could do, just incredible. Really, really, really just incredible stuff. And I love all of it. Okay, there's one that's this record. I've had so many versions of that poster over the years. I can't remember the name of the art. I should look it up. Hold on a minute. It's going to bug me because I really should actually get the name of the friggin' artist for you. So it would be Art Deco record poster. Let's see. Oh I'll know it as soon as I see it because it's a pretty famous image. Are you kidding me? Come on. Where is it? Oh, well, maybe I should say record player. I mean, even though there is a record on it. Oh, give me a break. Oh, this AI garbage. No. What's the actual... Oh, my God. Talk about slop. Oh, man. You know what? I'll put the word vintage. I mean, that doesn't mean that there won't still be AI garbage, but I would like to actually indicate what this image is. There it is, right there. See, just got the word vintage. The artist's name... Oh, boy. I'm going to screw this up. Adolf Morin Cassandra. The name of the image is... if you look up Art Deco Path record player, P-A-T-H-E, you will see it. And the stippling on that record is unbelievable. Yeah, there is a smudge. I've never used it. I think it's this. Yeah, there's that. But I don't really have a lot of skill with it. Not like I would with Photoshop. It's sort of weird. I'm very used to doing a smudge in Photoshop, but not so much with Procreate. So, I mean, I guess I could try to smudge the edges, but then you lose that stipple effect if I do that. If I just smudge it. I do like the kind of pixelation. I mean, that's what stippling is. So, I could try something like that. Like, just to see what... I mean, if I did that... Yeah, and that makes it very... You know, it definitely makes the transition smoother, but then you lose those little, you know, dots. And I like the dots. The dots are kind of better to me than the smudge, I guess, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's a smudge tool. I never use it. I mean, I literally never use that thing. I just know that it's there. You know, and also, I'm gonna knock the iPad right off the desk here, which I should say I had a fun incident earlier in the day. I was taking an old laptop with the intention of bringing it to basically e-waste it, and for the first time in my entire adult life, I dropped the laptop and dropped it, and it cracked and broke the battery, which then sparked, and then it started billowing smoke, and I thought the thing was going to explode. So I had about a 10-minute terror thing where I thought I was going to burn down my house. Fortunately, no flames ended up happening. It just smoked a lot, so I called the fire department, had them come out. They looked at it, and they said, no, you should be okay. They said, just seal it up and bring it to an e-waste thing. And so I did. But then I was in the car with the laptop all sealed up in plastic bags going, okay. I actually had a pair of heavy oven gloves in case it burst into flame in the car so that I could throw it out of the car. So that was a fun drive. Luckily, the e-waste place is only about 15 minutes away, so it was not a particularly long drive. But a tense one, let me tell you. You will be on your toes when you have a ruptured lithium-ion battery that made the aluminum case of the MacBook bubble. Yeah, that was great. My history with fire continues. I mean, there wasn't a fire, though, so it was okay. But, I mean, I've never dropped a laptop in my life, and I managed to not only drop one, but managed to hit the corner so that the battery ruptured. But I guess it must not have been too bad because it didn't burst into flame. It just ruptured it, but it worked out fine. Nobody got hurt. There was no damage to anything except the laptop, which is 9 years old anyway. It's an Intel MacBook, and that's why I just been being lazy about getting rid of it. But yeah, it was a tense couple minutes there. Because I really didn't know, I really thought it was gonna explode, to be honest. I thought, wow, because when all the smoke started coming out, which I didn't breathe much of, I'm very happy about, because it sure smelled toxic. But I managed to get it out of the house really quickly. Well, I mean, out of the house is the wrong word. I dropped it down the steps coming out of the house, going to the car. So it was in the breezeway, I guess you'd call it, little patio. So technically it was out of the house, although it was still close enough that had it burst into flames, because I know you can't use water on it, I would have had to be inventive to make sure nothing got damaged. So, you know, that was a first for me. Direct experience with a lithium-ion battery having a problem, having a thermal reaction, if you will. So, you know, yeah, that was my Monday. Outside of that, it was okay. Like I said, I got lucky. No injuries, no property damage. Nobody got hurt. That's the number one thing. Laptop was going to be dead anyway, so it just went to a quicker grave, I guess. But yeah, that was something. Like I said, I've prided myself on not damaging electronics to drop the laptop. You know, the thing is, I took the case off it because I was like, well, there's no point. They're not going to recycle the case. And so it was just the slick aluminum, which I hate having anything like that out of a case for that exact reason. But, you know, like I said, it worked out okay. Nobody got hurt. Nothing got damaged outside the laptop, which wasn't long for this world anyway, but don't mess around with batteries. Be careful handling laptops, because it was not even that far a fall, but it was on concrete and it hit at the right angle, so be careful. And remember, don't put water on it. Well, the nice part is the refurb deals at Apple actually can be good sometimes. You have to get lucky, but if you check it often, you can actually get pretty good deals on them. I mean, this one was so old that, like I said, it was an Intel, so... oh, whoops, don't erase that. I erased too far. I didn't realize that was the chin. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That looks all right. Well, my iPad is heating up, and since I've already had a thermal problem today, I like to be very cautious with my iPad because it's my primary art device. So I think I'm going to stop here for this particular stream. But I do like that stipple brush, so I think I'm going to keep going with that, and we'll see how it goes. With my very, very majestically illustrated sun over there. So let me do that. No, that. There it is. There we go. So I'm going to bring this stream to a close because, like I said, oh wow, my iPad's at 30% anyway, so it definitely needs to be charged. So thank you all for coming by and hanging out for a while. And I hope none of you ever have any type of encounter with a lithium-ion thermal event. May your entire lives be free of the panic that comes when a laptop battery starts belching toxic smoke at you. And outside of that, thanks for hanging out. And as I typically or try to always say, oh sure, absolutely. Thank you for coming by, Mr. Pruitt. Both Pruitts. Thank you, Pruitts, for hanging out and stopping by. And you know what? If there's a creator that you appreciate, I'm not talking about me, but somebody out there whose work you like, go support them. It is not easy being a creator in the best of circumstances, and for a lot of people right now ain't the best of circumstances. So if there's somebody out there who does something that you enjoy, support them in some way. It can be monetary if that works for you, but if not, say that you appreciate what they do. Reshare their work. Support them in whatever way you can. It will mean more to those people than you will probably ever understand. So take the 5-10 minutes to do that, because it's good for them, and honestly, deep down, it's good for you too. So on that note, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and